Abraham was a great man of faith. He and his family had been living in the land of Haran for many years when God told him to pack up everything and move with his wife Sarah to a land called Canaan. God told Abraham that if he obeyed, then he would become the father to many nations. This was confusing to Abraham because he and Sarah had no children, but he had faith that God would do as he said. One day, Abraham was sitting in front of his tent and saw 3 men standing nearby. He knew these men were sent by God, so he went to meet them. When he got to the men, he bowed low and asked them to stay with him. They each agreed to stay. Abraham and Sarah prepared a meal for the men and took excellent care of them. At one point, the men asked where Sarah was. He continued by saying, "I will return to you about this time next year, and your wife Sarah will have a son." Now, Sarah had been listening to their conversation and laughed when she heard this announcement. Since she and Abraham were so old, it was hard for her to believe that she would experience the joy of a child. Then the Lord spoke to Abraham and asked, "Why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for the Lord?" Sarah was afraid, so she said, "I do not laugh," but the Lord knew the truth. The Lord kept his promise, and the next year, Sarah gave birth to a child named Isaac, which means he laughs. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Sarah declared, "God has brought me laughter. All who hear about this will laugh with me, for I have given Abraham a son in his old age."